Hallo, ihr Lieben, ich bin die Patricia. Meine Mission ist es, unserer Welt zu helfen, die Pandemie der Insulinresistenz zu besiegen und dass jeder da draußen versteht, dass du deine Gesundheit maßgeblich mit deinem Lebensstil beeinflussen kannst. Heute mal was ganz Besonderes, ein Englisch auf Live mit dem ein Live auf Englisch, fängt ja schon gut an. Reclaiming Your Energy ist heute der Titel. Weil ich heute mit einer ganz besonderen Dame live gehe, die in Australien sitzt gerade. Sie ist zwar Deutsche, die liebe Kat, sie ist Deutsche, aber sie macht ihren Content auf Englisch und deswegen gehen wir heute auf Englisch live. Das heißt, wir switchen jetzt auch gleich rüber. Sie hat mir schon eine Anfrage gestellt und es geht gleich los. Together with Kat. She is in Australia and she's joining the live just right now. And we're going to talk about energy, how to reclaim your energy. Hey, how are you, Kat?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to me and good night to you. Well, it's not
Thank
night,
you.
it's in the evening. What time is it over there?
It's 5 p.m. right now, so
Okay.
sort of approaching the evening, but it's all good.
Okay, yeah, it's 9 o'clock for me, and it's quite unusual to have a live so early for me. So apologies if I'm not, if I'm not finding the right words. And it's also my first live in English, so this is also a little strange, but I'm happy to do it.
Very exciting. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting up early.
Yeah. Yeah, I got up at 6 today, so I'm. Actually, it's quite all right. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned already, we're talking about energy today. Energy is probably for me, the most important thing in life, because without energy, you can't really do anything. And we have the problem, I think, in our society, in our world, not only in Australia, but also in Europe, in Germany, all over the world. People don't have enough energy. They say, okay, I'm tired, I have to work all the time, I'm stressed, my energy is very low, and I can't do the things I would like to do. Oh, now I lost you.
I'm so sorry. My setup is a little bit sketchy. Oh, good.
You're fine. Yeah, I think energy is the most important thing in life, because without energy, you can't really do anything. And most people already know, most people who follow me for a long time, they know I work with exogenous ketones, which also give me energy as well. But also it's of course the lifestyle. And I don't know how we found each other. I don't even know. I think online here on Instagram. You've been drinking ketones now also, I think, a couple of weeks now, right?
Yeah, like it's actually thanks to my mum that I found you and some other coaches. Yes, so that's how I discovered you, and that's how I started drinking ketones, because I was back home in Germany for holiday, and my mum was raving about the ketones, and she had them at home, so I tried them, and then I ordered some once I came back to Australia. That's when I started, beginning of the month.
Yeah, awesome. And you've had a couple of changes in your lifestyle and in your, like, how you feel. And I said, okay, it's really interesting to do a live with you, because to be honest, I think 98% of my clients, they use exogenous ketones as a benefit for weight loss. So they can help them lose weight. How that's going to work, I will explain later. But in your case, obviously you didn't want to lose weight, yeah?
No.
Because you already have a very healthy lifestyle, and you're all into biohacking and finding things to make your life even better, to make you feel even better, to have even more energy. And
I'm Mutti.
In this case, I think it's very interesting to have to see your point of view and to hear about your experiences. But maybe before we start, because I have a couple of questions I would like to ask you. Before we start, I would like to maybe briefly explain what exogenous ketones do, how they work, how the body can also produce them, just to make sure that people who have never heard of them, never even heard of the word ketosis, they also know what we're talking about. Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. So in general, ketones are produced by your body as well. If you are in ketosis, and ketosis is it's a metabolic state where your body produces ketones. Let's say the liver produces ketones out of your own body fat. And that always happens only when you're in ketosis, or only when you're on a ketogenic diet, meaning you cut out all carbs, you only eat protein, you only eat fat, more fat than usual, and then the body doesn't have any energy out of sugar, out of carbohydrates anymore. So what the body does is it needs a different energy source. So the liver is starting to produce ketones, and those ketones are even a better energy source than sugar or than carbohydrates. It's more efficient, meaning you can have more energy out of them compared to sugar. And also it's a cleaner energy source. That means when ketones are used in your body, they don't, I always say in German, and they don't create as much garbage than sugar does. So when they're being processed, when they're being used, they don't leave any waste. It's like it's like an electric engine, and like a normal engine that runs on petrol, for example. That's the difference, yeah. And it's cleaner and it's more efficient, and also your body always prefers running on ketones because it's easier, it's faster, and it's more health beneficial for your body. And the best thing to have is not only ketones or not only glucose in your body for energy, but having both. And this is called metabolic flexibility. That's the it's basically that your body can change also its metabolic state from only working with carbohydrates to also working with fats and producing ketones. And that's the most important thing, that your body can still do that. And for many people, this is not possible anymore because they eat too much carbohydrates. They don't move enough, because movement also empties all the storage you have for carbohydrates, for sugar. And then only then it's possible that your body produces even ketones. Yeah. And for many people, a ketogenic diet is not something they want to do every day.
Yeah.
At least the clients I work with, not really. Or also fasting is nothing you can do for a very long time. Maybe you can do it 4 or 5 days. You get like a metabolic reset, which is fine. But then also the body needs energy again, and you're gonna want to eat the carbs again. And with exogenous ketones, you can give your body both. So you don't have to avoid carbohydrates. You can eat them. It makes sense, of course, to go on a low carb diet if you want to lose weight, for example. It's really individual for each person. What's the best diet? We're going to talk about that maybe later as well. But also have the chance to have ketone bodies in your body. Yeah, to have ketones if you drink them. Yeah, for example. That's why they're called exogenous ketones, because they come from the outside into your body. You drink them, and the ketones that are produced in your body, they're called endogenous ketones because they're made inside of your body. And that's the main difference. And then there's only one thing you need to be careful about, and then I'm done with my explanation and let you talk some more. It's important that you use the right ketones, because I don't know about how it is in Australia, but here in Germany, we have a lot of companies popping out of the ground producing ketones, which don't even contain ketones. They're called ketones or keto or something, and people think it's ketones in it, but it's not really. Maybe it's MCT, which are medium chain triglycerides, which help the body to produce ketones, but they're not ketones themselves. So you need to be careful to pick the right ketones, and you need to make sure they're bioidentical. That's the first thing, meaning they're exactly the same than your body produces. And second, they should be naturally produced in order to avoid any other substances in your body that you don't have. That's basically the two main things you need to be careful about. And in Australia, ketones, you can buy ketones even longer than in Europe now. We have them now for about since 2 years. We are able actually to order them to Europe directly without having to order them from the US. In Australia, the market is open even longer. So Australians are lucky. But even though you had to wait longer for your ketones, because it's of course a longer shipment over there, but they are available, and everybody can buy them. Yeah. If you have any questions, so everybody who's listening, if you have questions, just put them in the comments. We can answer them for you if you want. And now I would like to ask a couple of questions for you, because I think it's quite interesting to see how ketones work for you, how you use them in your daily life, and what are your main benefits. Sounds interesting. What is the flavor? Is it a nice taste, Kat? Okay, you can maybe answer that.
Can you hear me okay? Because you were sort of, I think the connection was just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me better?
Sure. Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know if it's my connection or if it's yours. I don't know. Because I can hear you perfectly. Okay. Now you're back?
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. All right. Okay. I think it's okay.
Do you think it's your connection or mine?
I'm not sure. I just went off Wi-Fi and just on my own phone. Maybe that's better.
Maybe that helps. Okay. Now we got already 2 questions, so maybe we can take them first, and then I'm gonna ask you some questions. Cat Paw asks, sounds interesting. What is the flavor? Is it a nice taste, Cat?
Okay, so I mean, there's many flavors. There's many different flavors that I have to add. They're all derived from natural sources, so that was something that was really important to me as well. My favorite flavor is lime and lemon at the moment.
Yeah.
Just because it's quite refreshing, and it depends on the taste. Some are a little bit sweeter than others, and then I add some lemon to them. What else is there? There's like a strawberry taste or blueberry taste. So it's kind of like a fruity taste, I'd say.
Yeah. There are even ketones, they're called Swiss cacao. I really don't like them. They're terrible, horrible. I'd much prefer not drinking ketones than drinking Swiss cacao, to be honest. I use them together with my protein shake, which is also a chocolate taste, so then it's okay. But but some of my clients love it, so tastes are always different. How long do you need to be on them? Is it long term? Can be, but doesn't have to be. So you can use them whenever you need them, or you can use them like most people do it, and like I do it as well, as a lifestyle product, to use it every day for energy. Basically, that's also my main benefit with them: energy and focus. I have like a very clear mind, and my head is like I can like think very clearly and do my work very efficiently. And if you use them for weight loss, for example, then it really makes sense to take them on a regular basis for a longer time, even if you want them to help with blood sugar regulation or with reversing insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and to help work with that, then it's better to take them on a long-term basis. Okay, so let's start with your experiences, Kat.
Yes.
So what was the intention for you to try them? Because obviously, I've mentioned already, you have a pretty good lifestyle. You're all into biohacking. You do a lot for yourself and your body and your mind, and you're very familiar with a healthy lifestyle, and you help others to find theirs as well. But still, you said, okay, I need to try exogenous ketones. So what was the reason for that?
Good question. Well, because I love everything to do with health and sort of biohacking and improving my lifestyle, improving how I feel, I'm really, really open to trying different things. But I mainly also go by recommendation. And it was literally that my mum didn't stop talking about them. And then when I went home to see her, I thought, oh my God, she's looking great. So she's 62 years old, and I'm really proud of her. You know, she has the intention as well to stay fit and healthy for longer. And she's like, oh my God, and I've got so much energy, and I'm sleeping longer, and I feel so amazing. And just the way she was just even looking, like something, you know, her physical appearance changed. And I was just intrigued, and she had them at home, and I said, all right, just pop them into my water. I'll try them. Open to anything, you know. And the thing is, I don't have like a, you know, chronic disease or any story like that, because I am already quite healthy, I'd say. But I love anything that, I mean, who doesn't want to have more energy, and especially mental clarity? And I think that was the first thing I experienced quite quickly. It's like, oh my God, I feel like, because I've done water fasts before, and I know what it feels like. On the third day, I think I'm like so laser sharp from ketosis. And by drinking the ketones, I felt the same effect, basically. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. And also another fact, which I really is dear to my heart, is hydration in general.
Yeah.
So my mum used to drink first thing in the morning was her coffee, just to wake up, basically. And that's such a myth that you need that coffee to wake up. Yeah. Instead, how about you actually finish the first liter of water before you start your work? You add your ketones. And I know some people really hate plain water and just can't stomach it. I don't know why, but with the ketones, I think it's so easy.
Yeah.
And you've got your first, like I dilute them in 1 liter of water. And so it's just, I don't know how quickly you drink yours. I sometimes have to stop myself not gulping it, but it's just really delicious and really easy to drink.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. And sometimes I always drink them with 1 liter, and it takes me about half an hour. I still have half the bottle here, so I should probably go ahead and finish it. Yeah, and I only use less water when I am like in the car for a longer period of time, and I don't want to stop because and then I don't drink them with 1 liter, but usually 1 liter is perfectly fine. But you can drink them with less as well. Yeah. I mean, you can do it however you want it. It depends also on how sweet you want them actually to be. Yeah.
And may I add one more point that I'm just, that was another reason why I wanted to try them. The mentioning of improving your sleep. And I was intrigued because I wear the Aura ring, I track my data, I love to tweak my sleep whenever I can. And for a while now, my deep sleep phase was just around half an hour.
Oh, wow.
It used to be, it used to be 1.5 hours, and it just went down and down and down. And I can definitely relate it to emotional stress. Stress is going on in your life for sure. And I tried taking different, like magnesium and ashwagandha and certain things just to see if that makes a difference, wearing my blue light blocking glasses, all the things. And I could still not improve on the face. I don't know what was really going on anyway, but I must say as well, since I've been taking them, I have seen the increase in my deep sleep phase again, which is what I wanted as well. So I'm really happy with that.
Yeah. Do you have to drink them to increase your deep sleep phase in the evening, or do you also recall that change when you drink them in the morning?
I have mainly taken them in the morning, so therefore I've seen that improvement even in the morning, but only a couple of times I've taken them in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because if I drink them in the evening, like 1 hour before I go to bed, even only half a pack, I can see that my deep sleep phase is even longer than normal. Every time I drink them at night. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the same for every person. And I have a few clients who absolutely cannot drink them at night because they can't sleep, even though they use the caffeine-free version. So you have to try and carefully try only with half a pack if that suits you, and if not, then just take them during the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first thing you felt when you drank ketones, what you said, the mental clarity, right? Did you feel that the first time, like you drank them and you felt it right away, or did it take a couple of days for you to feel anything or something?
For me, it took a few days. It took a few days for me. But then again, I have a friend who, also bought ketones and tried them. And she called me literally the next day saying, Kat, what is this? Oh my God. Like, it's just everybody's really different. But she was so fatigued and exhausted that from that first time she's taken them, she's like, I can't thank you enough. And every day she would, call me and say, oh my God, I feel so good. And maybe there is a difference, of course, like individually, everybody responds to them differently. But I would also say that because maybe I'm already fairly balanced, that I haven't felt it straight away. I don't know. But the mental clarity it didn't take long at all.
Yeah.
To feel
I also
that.
I didn't feel it right away. But I felt it the same day when I went to the gym and I was weightlifting, and I realized, oh my God, I'm so strong. I've never lifted so many weights before. It's crazy. How come I am so strong? And that must have been, the strength, the better strength from more energy from ketones. Yeah. And that's how I realized, okay, they seem to work with me quite well.
Yeah.
And you also can, maybe that's interesting for people who don't know, you can measure them in your blood. You can see if you're in ketosis. You can measure the ketones that your body produces. So you can measure endogenous ketones. And if you use bioidentical exogenous ketones, the body can't even differ which ones are produced by the body himself, or which are the ones you drank. And you can measure your level of ketosis in your blood, even at home. There is a device where you can measure it, and you can see a rise of ketone levels in your blood while drinking them. At least like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or at least an hour after you drank them, you can see it in your blood. And then you are in ketosis. And that's the definition of ketosis, having ketones in your blood. Whereas ketogenesis, for those who are like into the whole metabolism topic, ketogenesis is when your body produces them on its own. Yeah. And then you drank them and you felt the mental clarity day after day, and you felt a little bit, you had more energy. And also, did you change anything about your diet, or do you follow a special diet, or how do you do that?
I mean, because I've been following you and other people drinking ketones, and how you can sort of, let's say, prolong the benefits of ketosis. The one thing that I tried that I did change was leaving out carbs in the morning, just to see, like, I mean, carbs as in your bread or sugary things that I would usually eat in the morning, and just swap to protein and healthy fats and some vegetables like green cucumber or something. And I honestly felt so full. I didn't even have to have lunch until like early afternoon, and then I kind of felt I didn't even need to have dinner. I don't know what it was, but I was just really.
But you also drank ketones with that. Okay.
Yeah.
So when it's about just for the people who watch the live to get an impression, when it's about your breakfast time, when did you drink ketones, or does that vary completely?
It sometimes varies, but if I have to go to the office, then on the train, I'm having my ketones around 7 o'clock. Okay. Then I'm in the office. I get to the office. By the time I'm hungry, it's around 9:30, 10. Depends. But I'm not I'm not starving, but I can definitely eat. But I'm trying to pace it between 9 and 10 a.m. And then I'm not hungry until like 2 o'clock maybe.
Awesome.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It really depends.
Yeah.
Really depends.
And what and then you bring your breakfast to the office and eat it there, or
yeah.
Okay.
Or
and what do
I
you
go somewhere
usually,
nice.
okay, and what do you usually eat for breakfast? You said proteins and healthy fat, but as an example, what is it that you choose?
Okay, so at the moment I'm really loving scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs with some feta cheese, some avocado.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with gherkins, so Gewürzgurken or green green cucumber. I mean, I'm
Haven't
German
had them
after
for a
all.
very long time.
I'm German after all, and Aldi had a special for the Oktoberfest, so so I love eating that in the morning. Yeah, or afterwards, maybe even if I'm still hungry, I might still have like a little bit of Greek yogurt with some blueberries and some walnuts and chia seeds.
Nice.
And then I'm really full, like yeah, and that's enough.
And then you eat again at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or whenever you're getting hungry.
Sometimes even 1 o'clock. It like really depends if I've had a workout. Obviously, if I'm more active, then I might eat earlier. But it's easily 3.5 hours, 4 hours in between sometimes, and that suits me well. Again, there's different body types, and depending on that as well, I guess. Yeah. So I'm fine with less meals.
Yeah.
But that's me.
And then in the evening, you have a third meal or not at all?
It depends. So that's why I sometimes pace my lunch to like early afternoon, and then in the evening I might just have a quick, like again something protein based, maybe some fish with again some healthy fat and vegetables. It depends, but I'm also doing yoga at night sometimes now with the training that I did, and so I can't really afford a full belly. So sometimes I would maybe then drink the ketones again just to have some energy and maybe a little yogurt. It just really depends.
And you also mentioned you are less hungry since you've been drinking ketones, which is also a natural side effect, I would say. First of all, definitely because your blood sugar is more balanced, also because you're cutting out carbs a little bit, especially in the morning. Leaving out carbs in the morning helps you balance your blood sugar during the day. But also ketones help lower your blood sugar, or at least help to balance it, because it works both ways. It helps to lower it, but it also, if your blood sugar is crashing down, and also, I mean, going down too much, ketones help balance that as well. And then you don't feel so much hunger. You don't have any cravings. That's, I think, the most important game changer for a lot of people who use ketones as help for weight loss, because they don't have their cravings as much anymore. So they don't need to eat sweets or salty treats or anything, because they don't feel like it. Same like you described, you're not hungry anymore, because also your hunger hormone, which is called ghrelin, gets decreased by exogenous ketones, which is really cool, because then naturally you don't have so much hunger anymore. And also your leptin, your satiety hormone, I think it's called, right? It's also being regulated. So ketones not only are an energy source, they are also signaling molecules. And that's why they help with hormone balance as well. Not only hormones like ghrelin or leptin, but also all other hormones, like from your, what's schilddrüse? I always forget.
Thyroid.
Yeah, your thyroid hormones, and also your sexuality hormones as well. Yeah, all sorts of hormones in your body are involved or are communicating with each other. Also, insulin is also a hormone. So this is what I can see a lot, especially when working with women who also have trouble with hormones, that ketones can help a lot. And it's never the only solution. So it's never just drink ketones and your hormones will be balanced. Drink ketones, you will lose weight. Okay, drink ketones, you will have energy, that's for sure. Yeah. But also, you need to add in a healthy lifestyle. And that's what you can learn on Kat's Instagram, on mine as well. It's always about nutrition, about what you eat, when you eat, how you eat. It's also important, but also how you move, what exercise you do, how you sleep, if you have enough nutrients, and also what's your stress level. So that's always the main important factors you need to consider if you want to lose weight. And that's also very important to understand for people, because I don't want to work with people who think they can just drink ketones and they will lose weight, because it's not going to happen. Maybe it happens during the first couple of weeks because they lose a lot of water as well. So they lose weight and it's mainly water, and they think, okay, I lost 5 kilograms. Yes, in 1 week. It's not even possible. It's not going to be 5 kilograms of fat. It's not. It's impossible. So it's a lot of water during the first time, during the first days. But you can only lose weight when you change your lifestyle. But ketones help you do that more easily, because, as we mentioned, if you have more energy, you are more willing to move more, to go to the gym, to exercise. When your blood sugar is balanced, no more cravings. You sleep better, your deep sleep phase is increased. Things like that. Also, inflammation is reduced by exogenous ketones, which also helps with weight loss, because every time you lose fat, your body produces inflammation, first of all, and then that needs to be reduced. And having ketones on a daily basis helps with that as well. And it's a lot of, basically, I always say ketones help you to change your habits to healthy habits more easily. That's what 100%. So it's not like that, it's not a weight loss pill or whatever. And it's never only one thing that helps you lose weight. It's always a combination of many things.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what's really important to me as well, to really look at everything in your life in a holistic way. I'm not going to say this is like the number one thing, but it's certainly a tool and a great start as well, for people that are just absolutely tired and fatigued, don't even know where to start. And I think once you just have even mental clarity to then figure out, okay, look, this is what I need to do next, is a game changer for many. So.
Absolutely. And if you want to change something in your lifestyle, you need more energy. And as you mentioned, most people don't have that energy, so they can't change anything. They feel too tired, and that's where ketones come and help a lot.
Can I add just one more thing as well, which I noticed in my mum and within myself? It's just like an overall, oh my God, I love life feeling. Like this Wohlbefinden, like a real
better mood, right?
Your mood, I just feel, like more balanced and just happier. You know what I mean? Like it's I can't even really explain it, but there's been a few situations where I thought, oh my God, that would really drag me down usually, or I don't know, I just feel more balanced mood-wise as well.
Because I got to know ketones in a phase of my life where I was very down. Like I had a divorce and a lot of other not so nice things. And my mood wasn't the best all the time. I wasn't completely depressed and crying all day, but it wasn't looking good. And then I found ketones and I tried them, and then I realized, okay, why am I in such a good mood? My life is horrible. Like everything sucks. I'm divorced. I don't have money. I have nothing. I don't have a job. I'm living in a new apartment with a mattress on the floor because I can't afford a bed. And it was like, okay, but I'm still in a good mood. So how can this be? And at that time, I wasn't able to afford ketones all the time. And then whenever I didn't have ketones, I was in a bad mood again. And it took me a couple of weeks to realize, okay, it must be the ketones that give me better mood.
Yeah,
It's
totally great.
whenever or since I've been drinking ketones, I don't know how to say it in English. I don't feel so stressed anymore. If something happens, just like you said, if something happens, I'm like, okay, it doesn't bother me. So I'm not, yes, stressed, nicht so gereizt. How would you say that in English?
Not as tense or even reactive to things anymore. Not as reactive.
Yeah. So I can notice that, and it's really it's a good feeling to be relaxed all the time. Yeah. So maybe one more thing that's interesting to know for me and also for other people, I think. Do you have a certain or a special exercise routine? You mentioned you do yoga. Is there anything else you do?
Apart from yoga, I do weight training, like strength training, body weights. I've just moved recently, so I don't have a gym, but I have weights at home, and I follow just programs at home. So and then I really love mobility, and we've got she's from Australia as well. She's a really cool sort of mobility coach, and so we do all these mobility, like what do you call them? Fundamental exercises that you used to do, you know, like crawling, hanging, like hip mobility and things like that, but also incorporating weight training. And of course, I also look at where I am in my cycle to do the more strenuous workouts in those phases where it suits my body a bit more. So yeah, definitely do weights, and I would encourage anyone to pick up more weights, as that's really important. Really important. We're not going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, I know there's sometimes this fear that we bulk up and we get too big, but yeah, it's really important to put in some strength training as well.
Definitely. If you want to be healthy when you get older, you need to do strength training. There's no way around it. Absolutely. And do you feel a difference in your training, especially maybe including weights, when you drink ketones before, or does that not affect you?
No, it does. It's just, you just feel like what you were saying, you can just take heavier weights. It's just that I'm not at a gym at the moment where I could kind of see my progress. It's just I have 5 kilos and I've got 10 kilos. And that's kind of my limit at the moment, but I might have to work on that. I don't know. What about you? Do you use heavier weights or?
When I am around the gym, yes, I love going to the gym and do like the traditional strength training exercises, like also, of course, squats with Langhantel. I don't know how to say that in English. I think barbell is that maybe
yeah.
Or with kettlebells as well, or also deadlifts. Perfect as well, or other things, and bench press, stuff like that. But here I haven't found a gym yet. I'm in Spain right now, in the south of Spain, and I've just arrived here a couple of days ago, so I have no idea if I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go surfing as well. But then I just use also my body for strength training, which is of course not the same, but I can do push-ups in so many different ways, like hands tied together, far apart, different versions. You can like train your whole upper body with it. And for squats, you have to be a little creative. You can do Bulgarian split squats, where you like put one leg on the bed or on the couch or on the chair.
That's good.
Very effective. You can even like carry something as a weight, like a huge stone or something. There's many things you can do with your own body weight. But of course, if you've been training a long time, it's helpful to use a gym to have proper weights and to, like you said, to measure your progress, because that's also very important. Yeah. Awesome. Then maybe last question, what are your thoughts for the future about ketones? What's your goal? Do you have any health goals still to achieve? Because you, as you mentioned, you're already quite healthy. How do you feel about it?
So just in general, what I really want to improve on is my muscle strength, as in maybe do sign up at a gym again and do heavier lifting with ketones, with the help of ketones,
Yeah.
and maybe get a coach for that. I really would love to do that soon. Now that
Come
summer
over
is approaching in
there.
Australia.
I can come over there and be your coach.
Um, you're welcome to stay.
Yeah, I wanted to come visit you anyway, so we can do that.
Yeah, one day. No worries.
Yeah.
You're very welcome to come.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, so you want to improve your muscle strength, you said? Sorry for
yeah,
interrupting.
yeah, yeah.
Just advise myself. I always do that.
I'm happy, yeah, to train together or you train me or whatever, but I would definitely like to lift a little bit heavier. But like probably with a coach, just yeah, I don't want to do anything to my back or, you know, force anything too much, but that would be something in terms of my physical goals, using ketones with that and proper hydration, of course. And then just in general, you know, I would really love to, of course, work online and build my knowledge that I've already acquired through, you know, my integrative health practitioner course, and also looking at doing that keto coach program. That sounds really, really interesting because I'm very intrigued to learn just a little bit more about it. That's just the type of person I am. I just need to really understand things to the detail. I'd be intrigued to start that very soon, and then obviously share with as many people as possible, because I want people to just feel better within themselves and reach their own goals that they have, whether that's health related or any other dreams that they would love to pursue in life. And
Yeah.
if there's anything I can do to help, I'd love to do that, and I'd love to do that full time one day soon.
Awesome.
So
Cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
working.
And yeah, I think the only thing that's lacking for many people is energy. Yeah. If they were when we're talking about pursuing your dreams, pursuing your health
Mm,
goals, it's the same thing in your private life, in your business life, in your work life. You need energy to make changes and to
100%.
grow. And I think it's so that's why ketones are so brilliant, because they are an energy source you can just give to people, and everybody can make use out of them. Everybody can use them. They're now at a normal price range that most people can afford them as well, in
Yeah,
comparison to esters, which are really expensive and taste horrible. So I think that's why I'm so excited about Prove It, the company, who's the only one actually who has managed to produce naturally fermented and bioidentical ketones, um, because they bring ketosis to the world. They bring ketosis to everybody. They bring more energy to everybody. And in your story, I think yesterday I heard you also talk about it's a macronutrient, right?
mm-hmm.
So it's even called the fourth macronutrient, compared to proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Ketones are an alternative energy source.
Yeah.
The body can produce, but you can now also put into your body from outside, yeah, so to say.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
it's amazing.
yeah,
Mm.
and that's why I'm so excited, and that's why I'm using them also in my work with my clients. I help most people. I help losing weight and regain their energy and everything. And ketones are like a huge help for so many people. Also, my mom, also she had great experiences with ketones. She reversed her insulin resistance or her type 2
Amazing.
diabetes.
Mm,
Lost a ton of weight as well,
mm,
and feels so much better. And she doesn't have any pain anymore in her joints and stuff like that, because of
mm,
also the reduction
mm.
of inflammation. And I have so many experiences from people. I could like talk for 3 more hours and tell you all about all about the things I've seen with ketones. And I think we're just getting started to get to
Yeah.
know what they can do. And even like here, I don't know about in Australia, maybe you can say more about that, but here, if you go out on the street and you ask people, what do you know about ketones? If you ask 100 people, maybe one person knows a little bit, and that's it. Yeah, so there's very a huge need to make people aware of this alternative energy source.
Yeah. 100%. I don't think, I'm not sure, to be honest, in my environment, I don't think, because I've spoken about ketones now and a lot of people still don't know about it.
Okay, nice.
Maybe
yeah. Even though the market in Australia is open for a longer time now. Yeah. Even then.
I mean, maybe amongst the fitness industry or health practitioners, I'm sure they know about it, and people know about the keto diet. Diet was really, really popular a couple of years ago. People know they know what do you call it? They know the word keto. They know what a keto diet is.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah. Oh, it's just it's an amazing topic, because when you were just talking about your mom as well, it's not just, you know, for young people, especially actually for people like our parents even, you know, that I just love seeing my mom feeling so much better within herself, and that kind of gives me, you know, just joy to see her, knowing, you know, she's healthy, she's obviously hopefully living much longer by applying certain lifestyle changes even once they stop working. You know, that's another thing. Once they're out of the workforce, and what do they do then? And then that's when health declines, because society says, well, you're old now, and so therefore you're in pain, and no one does anything about it, you know. So
and it's not normal that when you get older you're in pain. You can decide for yourself how you want your life to be. And I mean, that's also the thing about lifespan and health span. Like, how long do you want to live? That's one thing. Yeah, I'm gonna live until I'm 120, for example. Yeah, but I don't want to live like 20 years in pain and only not being able to move and walk up mountains. I want to do that until the day I die, ideally. Yeah. And that's where health span comes into or gets important, because that means that the time you have until you die, you can live a healthy life and do everything you want to do, and you're not limited to what your body still can or can't do. And that's a result of everything you do every day, of every decision of every day, what you eat, how you move, when you get up, when you go to sleep. All decisions are related to your well-being.
Yeah.
Awesome.
100%. United.
What a nice sentence. So thank you so much for sharing your insights and your experiences with ketones. I think that was very helpful, and also to see what your daily routine is, your diet and your exercise routine. So that was really interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that. And for agreeing to doing a live with me. Maybe we can repeat that someday with a different topic. That would be cool.
I'd love that. Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day in Spain now.
You too. Thank you too. Take care. And for the people who watch the live or will watch the live, the replay, because I'm gonna save it, and you can access it through our accounts. Obviously, in our feed you can see it. And leave some hearts. I can see hearts flying in right now. And make sure to also follow Kat. And if you don't do that already, and stay healthy, stay fit, keep moving, lift weights.
That's right.
We talked about that. Sleep. And obviously drink ketones as well. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
And have a good day. Bye. Bye.